Okay, today we're going to talk about radon systems in conjunction with French drain systems around the perimeter or waterproofing system, and just the basic mechanics of radon. A radon mitigation system is installed underneath the slab. It's called the sub-slab depressurization system. And all it does, in essence, is draw low pressure underneath the slab. So we put a fan in. We are sucking air from underneath the floor, underneath the concrete floor, sucking the air out and dumping it to a spot that is legally acceptable by NRSB and EPA guidelines. There's several monitoring agencies by the government that specify where these exit points should go. So a radon system is a little complicated, but in essence it's really simple. All we're doing is sucking the air from underneath the slab. That air is filled with radon gas, and we're dumping it outside. And that's basically what we're doing. In order to have that, you need to have what's called communication. Communication under the slab. The porosity of the soil is key. If you look at a hard clay subsoil underneath the slab, the communication will be less prone to suck the air out, so that you might need more drop points. You might need a higher suction fan. So the molecules, if you put this, if it's clay, they're very tight. So sucking the air in between this tight surface usually means you need another drop-off point, or we need to go to a high suction fan. There's two types of fan: a high suction fan and a high volume fan. And there's several companies out there that sell these types of fans. Usually you're going to be using a high suction fan and with a higher horsepower with a 3 or 4 inch pipe to exit the home. The specific thing we want to talk about today is if you have a French drain in your basement with a radon mitigation system. In order for this suction field underneath the slab to be effective, it is imperative that the slab be sealed completely. So if you have sump pump holes or clean outs where the pipes are, where dirt is seen, or any type of break in the slab, it threatens the integrity of the radon mitigation system, because you're basically sucking the air from above the slab, which will decrease performance in the radon system itself. Therefore, you need to make sure the slab is consistent. If you have sump pumps, make sure you have radon sealed sump pumps. Make sure every single hole in the floor is sealed. Commonly, the definition of old type pipe and stone French drain system is where they have a gap where the floor meets the wall. These gaps are unacceptable if you have a radon mitigation system. Although the radon mitigation system can be tied into these drainage systems, the fact of the matter is that if it's open to air above the slab, you're going to be sucking the air from above the slab into the subfloor area, decreasing the performance of the field of pressure underneath the slab. Therefore, around the perimeter, you need to seal these gaps, the French drain gap, or you need to seal the top of any cove base that's on the wall. It needs to be sealed so the pressure maintains constant underneath the slab, because we want to grab that radon gas and dump it out of the house. So in summation, what we want to make sure is if you have sump pumps in a basement, that you have sealed sump pumps that are radon sealed. You want to make sure any French drain gaps or base molding that is up against the wall are sealed. Any holes in the floor are sealed. And that will make sure that your radon system is working effectively.